OMG, let's revise 1.4 circulation. At the bottom here, there are 10 questions, okay, to have a go in the topic. Pause the video, complete them, we'll go through the answers. Okay, so here are the answers. So self-mark them. Define the term double circulation. It's blood that travels through the heart twice to go around the body once. Question 2, name the four chambers of the heart. It's the left atria, left ventricle, and right ventricle. Number 3, name the 4 coronary vessels. So you've got the vena cava, the pulmonary artery, the pulmonary vein, and the aorta. 4, which side of the heart contains oxygenated blood? It's the left side. 5, what is the function of valves? They prevent the backflow of blood. Question number 6, describe the differences between arteries and veins. So arteries carry blood away from the heart, high pressure, and they have thick walls, whereas veins carry blood towards the heart. They're under low pressure, thinner walls, and contain valves. Number 7, explain how capillaries are adapted for their function. They are 1 cell thick for diffusion of gases. Question 8, what is coronary heart disease? So it's the narrowing of blood vessels that supply the heart. There's a buildup of fat in these vessels. Number 9, it's the right side of the heart that pumps blood to the lungs, and the left side of the heart for question 10, which pumps blood around the body. Okay, so moving on, here's some past paper questions for this topic. Pause the video and then have a go. Okay, let's go through the answers. So with the first past paper question, the diagram shows a blood smear as seen through the light microscope, and part A says complete the table. So we're given the part of red cell, and the function is to carry oxygen for that 1 mark. Lymphocyte, okay, is the part that produces antibodies, one of our white blood cells, for the second. Phagocyte engulfs the pathogen for the function. And finally, platelets, the function there is blood clotting for those 4 marks. In part B, at the bottom, explain why the centre of the red blood cell appears paler than the surrounding cytoplasm when seen through a light microscope. 2 marks here. First mark saying that there's no nucleus or it's bioconcave. Second mark, more light is therefore able to pass through the centre. Okay, across to the 6 marker question. So we've got comparing the structures of arteries and veins and explain how they are related to their functions in the circulation of blood in the human body. Okay, so we're asked to first compare them. Okay, we've got arteries that have thick walls and narrow lumen. They take blood away from the heart and they're under high pressure. Veins, any 3 of these, they have thinner walls, larger lumen. They take blood to the heart. They're under low pressure, and then they have those valves to prevent the backflow of blood. So any of those 6 points for the 6 marks. Okay, on to the next past papers. A nice 6 marker here, and calculating the cardiac output on the right-hand side. Pause the video, have a go, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so in this 6 marker, we've got a human heart in section. You've got to describe and explain how the blood vessel in the right ventricle travels to the left atrium. I've broken up the 6 marks here, so 1 mark for each. We have the first mark being muscle in the right ventricle contracts. The second is this pumps blood through the valves and for the 3rd mark saying it's the pulmonary artery into the lungs. The 4th, blood then leaves the lungs, passing into the pulmonary vein for the 5th mark. And the final mark, number 6, re-enters the heart in the left atrium. Okay, so that journey across. We're going to go across to part F. Okay, we're given here the calculation for cardiac output. So volume of blood in the ventricle times heart rate. And it says the volume of blood in the ventricle here is 70 centimetres cubed. Okay, using the graph then, and you can see how I've put my workings out. In part I, it says calculate the cardiac output at 5 minutes and 20 minutes. So at 5 minutes here, you go up to where it meets the line, go across. That gives us a value of 70, okay, times by 70, and then that answers 4,900 centimetres cubed per minute. You've got to get both of these correct for the 1 mark. So same at 20, go up and across, and it gives you 110. Times by the 70, and you get an answer of 7,700. At the bottom, we're asked to calculate the percentage increase in cardiac output between 5 and 20 minutes. Okay, so we're looking at the difference So the difference in that is 7,700 minus 4,900. So that gives us 2,800. Divide that by the original, which is 4,900, times by 100, and you get a percentage increase in cardiac output of 57.1% for those 2 marks. Okay, final pulse paper questions here. So table on the left looking at components of blood, on the right looking at the circulatory system. Pause the video, have a go, we'll go through the answers for the final time. Okay then, so just looking at the questions first, it says complete the table above, and part I, drawing a diagram of a white blood cell and labelling the cell membrane and nucleus for those 2 marks. So we're going to move up, we're going to have a look at in the white blood cell, and we've got the nucleus, okay, and the cell membrane around the outside for those 2 marks. In the second part, giving the function, so completing the rest of the table, of a red blood cell and platelets. Red blood cells function, nice and easy to carry oxygen, and platelets is clotting, or blood clotting. In part B, at the bottom, the liquid part of the blood is called plasma. State 2 substances which are transported in blood plasma. 2 marks here, so 1 on each line. Urea and carbon dioxide would get you those. Okay, and finally, so we got the human circulatory system. From the diagram above, state the letter which shows the pulmonary artery, and that is this part here. That is A, okay, going towards the lungs. And we have the aorta, which is D. Okay, so under high pressure, going around the body for those 2 marks. That's the end of the video. Really well done, and keep going.